Hi guys, little review for you. Today we're just going to do a quick overview of the Peron Stage 2 map that was supplied by AET. So, what do I think with it? I've had it for probably a month, maybe two now. So beforehand I went from Stage 1 Plus to Stage 2. I was at Stage 2 for around 2 weeks probably, and that's when I got my Sports Cat and stuck Stage 2 Pro onto the car. Now, to my knowledge, it's a free upgrade from Stage 1 Plus to Stage 2, and then you have to pay a little bit more for Stage 2 Pro. Now then, the car has transformed once again. Stage 1 Plus to Stage 2, hardly a difference. You could feel something there, as if it was almost as if it was ready to be unlocked, but now it's fully unlocked and it's ready to go. Although it's a lot of money to upgrade to this point, it's definitely worth it, because obviously you do need the Sports Cat or D cap, and you also need an intercooler. Now, I have heard people running it without an intercooler. I did run Stage 2 without an intercooler and it was absolutely fine. At the end of the day, all it's going to do is get pretty hot and then limit the power that you're having. But for daily driving and such, whoa, pigeon, whoa. For daily driving and such, it's not a problem. So in this video, I'm going to drop in a few little clips now. As you can see, you get lots of pops and bangs with it. I've only just learned really how to actually achieve those, and the way that you do it is you go, it's mainly second gear, but if you get second gear about 5,000 revs, you'll get about 1 or 2 pops. About 6,000 revs are almost at red line. That's when it starts to kind of crackle an awful lot. Obviously, as it lowers the revs down, you do get the odd burble and crack and stuff. I'm unable to make it pop while being at a standstill, but I'll just give you guys a quick in-car demo and then I'll put the window down and just let you hear it from here. So this is 5,000. There was a small one, I don't know if you heard it, and then I'm going to do 6,000. Oh, big one there. Okay, right, 6,000 coming up. So, as you can hear, hopefully you can hear that inside the car. It's cool. It's like, for someone that really doesn't want D-cell, it's perfect. You know, I can make it pop and crack whenever I want. It burbles as you go, like I said, down the revs. It's wicked. Now let's talk about power. So the Stage 2 Pro map from Peron produces 278 foot-pounds of torque, increases your pressure of your boost by 1.55 bar, that's what it goes up to, which is about 21 psi. And when you put your foot down, it can light up the tyres, because it's got about 210 to 215 wheel horsepower, around 220 wheel horsepower, pushing the limits from apparently what AET have produced in the past, with all of the obviously the mods that go along with it. And you're looking at, in terms of brake horsepower conversion, obviously it's a slightly hard to say, because obviously every engine's different, and the way it kind of handles that power, but about 210 to 215 wheel horsepower is between around 240 to 250 brake horsepower. So in theory, you've got a lot of power there for a front wheel drive light Fiesta with a turbo, to the point where if you plant your foot in second gear and it's not 30 degrees outside, you're gonna spin those front tyres and you're gonna have an awful lot of torque steer. An improvement from stock, let's say. We'll talk about stock. I will put that on the screen now. I'm going to show you some torque figures and what you're probably going to get out of your map. Obviously I haven't been on a dyno yet. I'm not sure if I ever will go on a dyno, as most places such as AT are about 3 or 4 hours at least driving. It's quite a way to go. Maybe if I ever go down the turbo route, then we'll take a trip up to AET and get it all sorted there. But anyway, they're the figures on the screen now. As you can see, it's a huge torque improvement. It's kind of made the car feel a little bit more like first gear, as it was with Stage 1 Plus. I noticed this a lot. It's just not there anymore, just doesn't exist. So get from first to second almost as quick as you can, and then you can kind of start to put your foot down. In terms of wheel hop, obviously I've got an engine mount, so that helps an awful lot. But yeah, it's overall, I'd highly recommend Stage 2 Pro. I do want to review some other companies and their tunes. However, it's a lot of money to buy another tuning tool and then buy the map. If it was just a case of buying the map, let's say if it was 100 quid for a Stage 2 R map from, is it Puma Speed that do it? Or maxed out tuning. If it was just another 100 quid, I would do it, as long as I could use my Peron tuning tool to do it. The problem is the tuning tool itself is about 400 quid. 300 to 400 quid just for a tool. It's mental. So anyway, I do want to kind of do like a review of that, and maybe have a look at some other companies' tuning abilities. So we've talked about power. Obviously we've talked about the noise that you can get it to make, such as the pops and bangs and stuff. In terms of overall experience with it, I've had no problems. I haven't had any heating problems with the intercooler. I do have a VUDU intercooler now, but I've had no problems with that. Obviously it brings the car alive in terms of the burbles and stuff. You can get it with the stock Cat and the stock exhaust. You can run Stage 2, you can't run Stage 2 Pro. Some people are, and they're saying, oh yeah, I've got no problems. I just need you to remember that every single one of those pops and bangs that's coming out the back of your exhaust, it is damaging stuff, okay? So obviously at the end of the day, that pop and bang is an explosion. So your little stock catalytic converter underneath your car is probably getting blown to bits, and you think there's nothing going wrong in there, but when you come to do an MOT, you're probably going to have problems. So make sure you get a Sports Cat or a D Cat, depending on which route you want to go down. Obviously one is legal, one isn't, so keep that in mind. But otherwise, I think that basically concludes Stage 2. As I said before, it's wicked in terms of, you know, power ratio. Like, it feels awesome. Now the Peron map has a few interesting features alongside of it. One is a hard cut limiter, so basically when you start to redline, it will now bounce and cut the fuel, which sounds absolutely amazing. The second is left foot braking. They've done some tweaking with that. I'm not 100% sure what the difference is between left foot braking in a stock car and left foot braking in a tuned modified car, but they've done something with that. I would highly suggest checking out their description of that, or at least asking AET or any of the suppliers what they mean by that. Throttle response is greatly improved over standard, and I've noticed it especially between Stage 1 Plus, where your throttle response was a little bit weak. You'd put your foot down and then it would go. Now it's you put your foot down and it's gone. But it's such a fun little package that they've produced here. Like, it just makes the car so much more alive. And I must admit, although people love B-road bashing and stuff in these Fiestas, obviously it's great fun and all, but you've just got to sometimes open it up on slip roads to motorways and stuff and just leave everyone behind. Anyway, really nice. So what I'll do, I'll pause the video, I'll get a few clips of what the car sounds like with the windows down and the hard rev limiter, and then we'll go from there. windows are now down. Obviously, it's going to have a lot of air noise. But hopefully, you guys can kind of pick up on the pops a little bit more. That was the hard rev cut limiter that you heard there. So hopefully you heard that, you know, it kind of bounces off. Once again, I'll throw in another clip just here of me revving the car. Obviously you won't hear any pops and bangs. Like I said, I can't really make it do it while it's just revving. I have to be driving while doing it. Maybe because my car was cold, I'm not 100% sure. But I will throw in a clip right now. And as you can hear, it bounces off that limiter like mad, and it sounds amazing. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. That was the Peron Stage 2 Plus review. A highly recommended tune. It feels solid. It improves your boost up to around 21 psi. I will put the bar figure up on screen now, but they do increase your bar and PSI of your boost to kind of the stock limits. So anything higher than this, you are going to need a new turbo in order to achieve higher power. So guys, thank you for watching. Remember to like, favorite, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, which will be popping up on the screen now, and I'll see you guys in the next video.